Welcome, Radiant Souls, to the Ouroboros Outlook for January 2023. I'm Araenia Susan. The Ouroboros Outlook is a great snapshot for identifying what's going on at any particular point in time. So for the month of January, I'm working with a 5 playing card spread and a single animal totem. So this further refines the concepts that we saw in the 2023 annual Ouroboros Outlook. This is specific to the month of January, and it will show us what our focus is and what is going to be working behind the scenes throughout the next month. So let's take a look at the 5 playing cards first. The first card that has turned up for the month of January is the 4 of Diamonds. Diamonds represents our soul pathway or our soul purpose. This is our development of consciousness and awareness as we connect more and more with our own inner light and our own inner flame, which is the representation of our soul and its pathway. When we're on the soul path, we cannot help but notice synchronicities, things that just pop up out of nowhere, opportunities that we thought, well, how on earth did that happen? Our soul pathway brings things to us very quickly and in a way that we did not expect. If we're going in through our mental ego mind or our conscious level of thinking, which is our lowest form of mind patterning, when we go in on our conscious thoughts and we say, I want this, if that is not in alignment with your pathway, you will struggle. You'll be hitting your head against a brick wall. You'll be falling down at every hurdle over and over and over again because you are trying to push or smash or force or make something happen that actually isn't in your golden pathway. It could be over here somewhere, and that might be someone else's pathway. And by putting our focus onto that other path or that other item that we think we want on a conscious level, we could be missing the opportunities and the golden perfection and magic of our own unique life. So we're looking straight off in January with our soul connection. What is my golden pathway? Where is my golden pathway? Where am I in my own consciousness and awareness and soul development? What am I working on at higher levels? Not, do I need to mow the lawns today, or what shall I cook for dinner? That's our third dimensional conscious thinking, has its place, but that's not what the diamonds are showing us. The diamonds are showing us what's going on with our soul connection and soul pathway. So the 4 of Diamonds, the 4 is the big idea when something is in its planning or organizing phase. Keeping in mind that 3 on the Ouroboros represents the conception of an idea, of a project, or of another human being. So that's just that initial spark that gets it going. But by the time we get to 4, we're looking at how that bigger picture plays out. If we're planning something, this is the big detail. This would be the venue. This would be the food. It would be the time and the date. But it wouldn't be down to the specific, shall we have this particular thing or that particular thing. So here when we're looking at soul direction, the 4 is giving us a snapshot of the big picture. And it's really hard to know for me to say to you exactly what that will look like for you, because it will be completely different for you. than it is for me. I know that during the month of January, part of my soul process, opening up and doing my sacred work, something that I've kind of backed away a bit from, but it's calling me very, very loud and strong. But at the moment, the bigger picture is what I'm seeing. Doesn't necessarily mean that I've gone in and started on it, but I'm seeing how it could be playing out. Perhaps you're getting ideas, or you're getting thoughts, or you're having a dream, transmission, a vision. You hop into the shower and you give download of information. You're not doing anything with it yet, but you're just getting that bigger picture idea. And that's what the 4 is representing. And in this case, to do around your soul journey. Just keeping in mind, your soul journey is yours alone. Nobody else can be you. You are absolutely perfect at being you. So let's look at what the second card for January is. This is the 8 of Hearts. Hearts is our connection from our soul, from our heart center. This is our belonging, our connection, and our own purposefulness. The way that we find acceptance, or we accept others and what's going on around us. The 8, so by the time we get to 8, we're well into the journey of doing whatever it is. So this is where we've gone past the thinking. It's already started, and we're a good way down the track. By the time we get to 8, we're a long ways in to this aspect of our connection. Now, this could be a connection with your family. It could be a relationship. This is not going to be a brand new relationship. This is an existing one, because the 8 has already been birthed and it's well down the track. This could be a connection, heart connection with your pets. It could be how you feel about nature and being outdoors. Whatever it is, it will be connected to your own purpose and to how you connect and find belonging. And it's at a phase where you're expanding, and it's almost in full bloom now. By the time it gets to 9, whatever that heart connection is, has run its full course. So at 8, it's in full bloom. So the opportunity here for you is to find out what lights up your heart and identify it. If you've been glossing over it, if you've been kind of brushing it over there because you're too busy, or you're too this, or you're too that, or you're too scared to actually bring it out in the open, which is more common than you might realize, this is your opportunity to say, what really lights me up? What gives me purpose? What makes me feel connected and belonging within myself, within my family, within my workplace, within the earth, within whatever it is that is coming to mind for you. And just remember, what comes to mind to you will be perfect. You don't need to stop and think, oh, I wonder if it's this, or I wonder if it's that. Whatever it is that springs to your mind is it. And it will not be the same as me, and it will not be the same as someone else. It is purely, uniquely what is relevant to you. So make the most of it, because this is in full blossom, and it's something that can bring you joy and connection on the positive side. Now, if we're delving down into those negative, lower base energies, could be making us feel disconnected or lack of belonging. So you have the opportunity to raise that vibration, raise that energy, and bring a positive outlook into it to really get the benefit of it. If you find that you've got something blocking or limiting you, that's the time to clear what's going on. It could be aspects of a relationship. It could be other parts of your life. If you're feeling blocked, I'm more than happy to talk to you about that. But just drop me a message if that's the case and you want to take a look at it. time to really dig into what lights you up with your heart center. So the next card, well, another diamond. This is the 5. So over here, we looked at that bigger picture, that conceptual bigger picture of where your soul pathway was starting to take you. Keeping in mind that it hasn't emerged yet. It's still in the planning phase. 5 starts adding those details in. We're looking at the finer detail, the more specific information, the more specific way that things will play out. By the time it gets to 6, this is when that new soul pathway will emerge. So during January, we're doing a heck of a lot of conceptualizing what's going on in the bigger picture, and then going into the finer detail as well before we're ready to put this out and start really actively working on it. So the next card, goodness me, another diamond. And this is the 3 of diamonds. So the order of these does not mean in a 5-card spread that this one comes first, then this one, then this one. They all play together. So now we've got the conception of that new spiritual pathway. 2022 was a very challenging year for so many people. It was a year where many of our beliefs, our understanding of ourselves, what we perceive to be the truth, what we perceive to be our pathway, changed. So much went on that we felt we were constantly pivoting and changing, and we had to go this way, then we thought we had to go that way, and we'd try this and it didn't work, and so we'd try that and it didn't necessarily work. So what is happening here in January? We have the opportunity to totally reevaluate where that stands, and we are bringing in the conceptualization of a whole new way of being on our soul pathway. So this is where your golden path is opening up just a bit more. You're seeing something that you hadn't seen previously. You're seeing it in a new way. You're seeing it at another level. You are expanding or developing your consciousness, your awareness, and your whole knowledge around what your soul does, what it means, and how it operates. So you've conceptualized it, you've looked at the bigger picture, and you've looked at the fine detail. January is a month all about soul pathway. No two ways about that. And there we go, finally, the Queen of Diamonds. Now, these cards were fully shuffled over and over and over and over, and as I select, the cards will either present themselves to me, or I shuffle, 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 and I think, oh, yes, that's the one. And then shuffle, shuffle, that's the one. So there's no way that these were all stacked in diamonds to start with. It's just the way they've organized themselves. The Queen's a fabulous card. The Queen shows the start of something new. It's a totally new opportunity, and it has just emerged. So at this point, it hasn't gone into all its full detail. We know that the previous soul pathway we're on is drawing to a close, and we're about to start on this next one. So I would say the Queen here is showing us the bigger conceptualization of January, and then we're down into the more specifics of what our own unique pathway is going to be doing. So this is a really great time to go within. This is a time to take a look at what went on in the previous 12 months and to clear away anything that you no longer want to carry with you into 2023, into January this month. This is the clean out phase. This is the opportunity to really start to develop that connection with your inner self, with your understanding of how the levels of your mind work, with your understanding of who you are as a human being. We think that we're just people. but actually at the highest level, we are energy in a physical suit. We're not a physical suit that has some energy. We are essentially the energy. We are the light. And we are the perfection of our own pathway. And you are being given the opportunity to look right into that during this month of January. Exciting times. So let's find out what the animal totem for January is. It's the owl. Now, the owl is connected with wisdom. And by the time we've done all this inner introspection, looking at our own pathways, our own motivations, our authenticity, our unique personality, by the time we've looked at all of this, we are going to be gaining in wisdom. We will become the experts of ourselves. No one else will know you the way you know you once you start doing this work. And the phrase here that goes along with the owl is, you can see clearly now. By the time you've done this inner work, and you've found where your limitations are, and you've looked at your soul pathway, and you can see how you're progressing, or where you're blocked, or where you're limited, or what knowledge you need to gain, you will start to see clearly that golden pathway. Before now, you may not have had any idea what your soul purpose is, but it may start to emerge. So the opportunity to see your pathway, to start living a soul-guided life that has you in the perfect place for you, that opportunity is coming through, and the owl is reinforcing that and helping you to clearly see where you've been and where you're going. So that opportunity, sometimes it will bring things up that you think, oh, do I really want to admit that about myself? And I've had that experience just the last couple of days. I'm living this. I've had a couple of things come through. I thought, oh man, I do not like that about myself. Yes, I'm going in and I'm working on it. I'm clearing it. I do not want to carry that baggage through in 2023, because I do see that it's a major hindrance for me to walk my golden path, dragging some of that really heavy baggage along with me. So if looking into that mirror of yourself and seeing these things makes you feel uncomfortable, that's actually a good thing, because it will help you to understand where you can go next. Anyway, that's the wrap up for January of 2023. A very soul-led time, if you allow it to be. So you will need to take that time, that quiet time, or that opportunity to look within. If you busy yourself with work and busy yourself with home and do everything for everybody else and put yourself on the back burner, you miss this opportunity. This opportunity is here for every single one of us. All we have to do is say, thank you very much, I'm going to have a go. So anyway, have a wonderful January. If you've got any questions or you want to talk to me about anything I've mentioned today, feel free to send me a message. I'd love to talk to you. Otherwise, I'll see you with the Ouroboros Outlook for February. Bye-bye.